It's been a minute, man. I know, a good minute, almost a month. I took off some time, man. Needed some rest. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to another episode of Salvation Art Life. My name is Adewale Goku Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, we're gonna get back into my podcast rhythm. Every day from now on, it's gonna be every Thursday. So every Thursday now, you can look forward to the Sun Vision podcast episode. Definitely around this time, around the 8:30 p.m. ish time. You know what I mean? Maybe 8 p.m. ish. You know what I'm saying? I like to go earlier. As I always like to say, those who are early are always on time. Those who are just on time are always late. So, welcome to another episode of Sun Vision podcast. I'm excited. It's been a while, man. It's been a month off. I felt like I needed the rest. Sometimes you just need to recharge, man. And what other better way to get back into the podcast thing by coming with Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball universe. I am a big, gigantic Dragon Ball fan. From the Z, the ones that I watched as a kid growing up was the regular one and then the Z. And I'm not going to talk about this in the normal usual way that I usually talk about it. This is going to be more in a fanboy type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because the series itself was created like a long time ago. You know what I mean? But it was, before we get to the episode anyway, I'm gonna get into it. So like I said, man, welcome to the episode of Sun Vision Art and Life. My name is Adewale Goku Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. So now look, before we get to this podcast, I want to thank our sponsors. This Sun Vision podcast is brought to you by Homeland Fashions. That's right, Homeland Fashions. Another awesome African attire of custom clothing. That's right. We will have the president and CEO of Homeland Fashions coming through. So Homeland Fashions, y'all. Homeland Fashions. Home of authentic African fashion and accessories from the motherland. Literally from the motherland. Literally, y'all. Like the beads you see in my hand. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of stuff we're talking about here. So, I'm very excited about it. Like my pendant that y'all love right here. That's what I'm talking about. I've realized that, making connections with the right people is the best thing. Not just connections with everybody. So, that's Homeland Fashions. Home of authentic African fashion and accessories from motherland. You know what I mean? So, and this podcast also brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services from plumbers to pediatricians and everything between, search Tigler. Don't wait. That's Tigler.com, y'all. Don't wait. That's Tigler.com, y'all. Tigler, like I told y'all before, plumbers, pediatricians, carpenters, nurses, anything professional that requires you fixing something, you want to talk to Tigler. You want to go to Tigler.com and meet up with them so they can tell you who the best of the best is. Tigler right here. This is their logo right here. You know what I mean? This is their logo right here. Doing the doggone thing. Tigler.com. That's right. Tigler.com. Get on there, meet up with them, and it's owned and operated by the greatest CEO out there in the universe. Adetaya Agboke is running an amazing company. This company stretches from the West Coast area to the East Coast area. That's if you're in the American stratosphere. You know what I mean? And he's operating amazing. We've had him on the show several times. We plan on bringing him back again to the show to break down what's been going on with Tigler. So, that went back into the rhythm of the podcast. It's like the fall's almost here. Almost like a mini summer break. So, that's what it was, man. I needed a break, man. I really needed a break. But I feel juiced up, man. You know what I mean? I feel the juice. Now, also, like I said, Tigler.com. Plumbers, pediatricians, carpenters, landscapers, nurses, caregivers, anything to do with professionals that do professional things, go through Tigler.com first to vet them to make sure they're on the up and up and doing their best and not full of hot air and garbage. You know what I mean? Quality, man, always matters. So, y'all, Tigler.com. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. Like I stated, man, first of all, this is the Anadel logo. And Anadel is owned and operated by the greatest foot specialist in the galaxy, Dr. Nero Nusode, the best foot specialist in the galaxy. So if you're in the Frisco, Texas area or in the Dallas, Texas area, you want to go see Dr. Nero Nusode so they can get your feet where it needs to be. Look at this. Anadel, man. AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. Look, I used to have foot pain. Nothing worse than plantar fasciitis, man. And if you ain't got the right shoes on, let alone the right orthotics for your feet, it's going to be a whole lot of pain. So look, your boy ain't in pain no more. Thanks to Dr. Nero, so that my feet is pain-free. Pain-free, y'all. Literally pain-free, y'all. You know what I mean? So, this is what we're doing over here at Sound Vision, man. Joining forces. And what's ironic is that AnadelCenter.com now is the best #1 foot specialist in the Dallas, Texas, Frisco area. But guess whose sneaker line is the official sneaker for Anadel? Yours truly, the Bata footwear line. Yeah. May I introduce you to these right here? The Bata Sport 2s. You know what I'm saying? The Bata Sport 2s, y'all. Visit soundvision.com and get your order on. You know what I'm saying? So, AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, we plan on having Dr. Nero Soda on the show. you best believe we're bringing him onto the show so we can talk about all this awesome stuff that he's doing with Annadale and how Annadale and Soundvision have joined forces. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, AnnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. AnnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. Yo, that is our intro right there. You know what I'm saying? I have to thank all the sponsors. Getting in rhythm of things, man. It feels good to be back doing my podcast, man. Look, today I told you I was going to focus on some things. One of the greatest animations you've ever seen. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball. Now, look. What I got here, I just want to show it to y'all. Look at this. Dragon Ball right there, man. You know what? Let me fix this mess. In fact, give me a second. I'm going to pull it up on my iPad so y'all can see it in all its glory. And that's just me showing y'all okay, so here we go. Give me a second, y'all. Oh, yeah. Boy, that was fast. Usually I don't find it that fast. So look, the whole Dragon Ball characters. Look at that. Dragon Ball right there, man. You can call it Z, whatever you want to call it. But the way I'm going to explain it to y'all, this is going to be like a fandom day. Fandom. I'm literally just a fan. I'm not going to go all like computer nerd with it. I'm just going to do it like a fan, like I was watching the cartoon all the time. Kind of like when I'm listening to music. If I'm talking about Tupac or Fela Kuti, somebody like that. I'm just a fan, man. I'm not interested in structuralizing what I'm doing. So today, the things I'm going to focus on go because it matters. The history of Dragon Ball, the characters, origins, history, characters, animation, comics, toys, because there's a whole lot of merchandising, and then getting your mind right? Sitting in the right place, and of course, final thoughts as usual. So y'all, that's what's going down today. So let's start off with Dragon Ball, man. Y'all give me a second. Sorry, y'all. The banner was all kinds of crooked. I didn't even know. I don't think I cared. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Look, that's the cool. And look, what's cool now, I'm using a DJI. That's another cool thing. You see that? I don't have to like do all this moving anymore, man. The phone just stays where it is and it's on and popping, y'all. On and popping, man. Oh my God. Oh, before I get into this episode, guess where your boy was at? I was in Africa, man. I took a great trip to Africa. It was an amazing trip. It really liberated my spirit, man. You know what I mean? It really, really did a lot for my spirit. I gotta tell y'all, going to Africa was very liberating. It was an amazing episode. It was an amazing trip. Oh man, it was glorifying. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things can't even explain what it is that you are achieving, but you know you're achieving it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all give me a second. There we go. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to straighten this thing out. You know what I mean? Give me a sec. All right, so look, let's get into this episode, man. Soundvision Podcast. Oh, no wonder why it's not straight. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, here we go. Yeah, y'all gotta love that, huh? The moving of the dials, baby. So look, y'all, let's get into this episode, man. So for me, personally, the things I want to talk about today, the origins, the history, characters, animation, comics, toys, getting your mind right, and then of course, final thoughts. I'm not even gonna care. So right now I've had a lot of people flowing in and out of my episodes. And you see, right now I don't give a damn anymore. My trip to Africa has really given me this feeling of liberation. Is the best way for me to put it. No longer do I care if you show up, how many streams I'm getting, all the flakes. You see that? Dragon Ball Z, the poster. So if you want the poster, this is now available on soundvision.com. Go get your order on, join the movement, get a t-shirt, all kinds of cool kit to do with Dragon Ball, man. Just type in Dragon Ball. Anything Dragon Ball related will come up, man. So look, let's get into this thing. The origins of this cartoon, right? It was created by the late great. You know what I'm saying? The key word is late great. The late great Akira Toriyama in 1984. The initial manga written and illustrated by Toriyama was serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump from 1984 to 1995 with 519 chapters collected in 42 Tankuban volumes by its publisher Sanusi. Dragon Ball was originally inspired by the classical 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West, combined with the elements of Hong Kong martial arts films. Dragon Ball characters also use a variety of East Asian martial arts styles, including karate, Wing Chun, Kung Fu. The series, the adventures of protagonist son Goku from his childhood through adulthood as he trains in the martial arts. He spends his childhood far from civilization and then meets up with a teen girl named Bulma. That's when the whole thing jumped off. If anybody remembered, there was an episode of Dragon Ball Z cartoon series they watched in America, came out in 1995. That's when the cartoon came out. It was an amazing cartoon series, which eventually became Dragon Ball Z and all these other Dragon Balls that we're watching now. That's why I called it the Dragon Ball Z universe. I really want to call it Saga because it just keeps going and 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 going. You know what I mean? Who encourages him to join quest and exploring the world. So Bulma encouraged him to join the quest and exploring the world in search of 7 orbs known as Dragon Ball, which summon a wish-granting dragon when gathered. Along his journey, Goku makes several other friends, becomes a family man, discovers the alien heritage, and battles a wide variety of many villains, many of whom also seek the Dragon Balls. It's crazy. So Toriyama, of course the great creator, one of the greatest creators ever in animation history, Toriyama's manga was adapted and divided. And Toriyama's manga was adapted and divided into 2 anime series produced by Toei Animation, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, which together were broadcast in Japan between 1986 and 1996. Man, a decade of total awesomeness. If you're a nerd, now would be a good day for you to join my podcast. Some of y'all some haters, but I don't really give a damn what y'all think. I don't seek your approval. I'm not looking for your approval. I know what I am, and I know what I'm going to do. So thank you for stopping by and also leaving too. Get your sucker behind on somewhere and take your nonsense on somewhere. You know what I mean? So yo, like I said, so from 1986 to 1996, additionally, the studio had developed 21 animated feature films and 3 television specials, as well as an anime sequel series titled Dragon Ball GT from 1996 to 1997, and an anime mid-core series titled Dragon Ball Super from 2015 to 2018. Man, when I said they just kept on creating this thing, they literally just kept on creating this thing. It is a crazy thing. Dragon Ball Saga, man, that's literally from 2009 to 2015. A revised version of Dragon Ball Z aired in Japan under the, you know what, y'all? Let me get a little bit of my applesauce. I literally worked out and they said I'm going straight live. Yeah, all right, so y'all, like I said, Dragon Ball, it just kept on going. From 2009 to 2015, a revised version of Dragon Ball Z aired in Japan under the title Dragon Ball Kai as a recut that follows the manga story more faithfully by removing most of the material featured exclusively in anime. Several companies have developed various types of merchandise based on the series, leading to a large media franchise that includes both animated and live action, collectible trading cards, action figures, and collection soundtracks, and numerous video games. Dragon Ball has become one of the highest grossing media franchises of all time. It's crazy. Straight up crazy. I think for up to date, Dragon Ball, y'all give me a second. So, I was getting into this episode trying to, send some links to people that wanted to join the episode because we've been waiting for me to do this episode. So the Dragon Ball manga has sold in over 40 countries, and the anime has been broadcast in more than 80 countries. The manga's 42 collection Tagobokon volumes have sold over 160 million copies. In Japan and 260 million copies worldwide. That's nuts, making it one of the best-selling manga series of all time. Reviewers have praised the art, characterization, and humor of the story. It's widely regarded as one of the greatest and most influential manga series ever, with many manga artists citing Dragon Ball as a source of inspiration in their own now popular works. The anime, particularly Dragon Ball Z, is highly popular around the world and considered one of the most influential and boosting the popularity of Japanese animation in Western culture. It has considerably impact on global pop culture, referenced by inspiring numerous artists, athletes, celebrities, filmmakers, musicians, writers around the world. Myself, shit. Dragon Ball Z, man. Dragon Ball is the jump off. Like, there's no like getting around that. You know what? Yeah, in fact, it's making me change the title of the episode of the podcast. Literally. So, sometimes, man, I think the good thing about my trip to Africa is that it's made me see perspective and not to focus on useless people that aren't worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? It really has changed my perspective on what I'm looking at, how I'm looking at things, where I want to take things. So, that's the origins right there. Now, next up is the history. The history is joined really with the origins. The history, so you had this cartoon, you had this thing, right? So once it got created, right? So the history, then it led to a whole bunch of crazy other cartoons. But the main primaries were Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, which is what I'm talking about. And I remember when I was watching it as a cartoon, when I was growing up as a kid, when I remember it was still in college that I remember when it came out. And I remember it's like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. This is the coolest cartoon I've ever seen. And I remember it's like, okay, this is pretty sick, man. And part of the thing when you're doing anything is like, you just gotta watch it through. And I can only imagine like the history when Toriyama created it is like, man, this thing is about to, I'm sure he knew this, but it's about to change his life. Like Dragon Ball, literally, you can compare it at the time to Gundam Wing, Voltron, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thundercats. And the funny thing is, Dragon Ball Z is still going. And all them other cartoons I mentioned, except for Turtles, not really going. Voltron had a run where it had eight seasons of that Voltron Force on Dragon Ball, on Netflix, excuse me. But no other cartoon really has had that kind of lineage. That's what people don't talk about. Like the longevity of Dragon Ball. Like the whole movement of the whole thing. Like nobody talks about how long it's been around for. That to me is history. When you can last that long and keep going and going and going and going and going and going and not stopping, like repeatedly going. It's kind of like what I told y'all today. I'm not really trying to be all scripted with this, man. I'm just going as a fanboy. You know how long I've waited to do this episode? Some things you just don't need to give a damn. And if my trip to Africa has taught me anything, is that not to give a damn what people think. I'm not seeking your opinion. Whether you follow me, you don't follow me, that's your damn business. Like right now, I text a bunch of people that I'm live. Some people just ignore the text and act like they don't see it, and they don't want to talk to you later. Like, I don't need you to make my day. You don't make where I go. I make where I go. You know what I'm saying? So I've come to that realization the same way you create history. Like this cartoon, Dragon Ball, it helped me to create the whole Card of Assassin universe. Yes, these characters right here that you're seeing on this laptop case right here. Without Dragon Ball Z or Thundercats or all these other cartoons, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have got to where I got to. So Dragon Ball is one of the greatest cartoons I've ever seen. One of the best things that's ever been put on TV. Cartoon series, comics, and all that stuff. To me, that's the history. Like I told you, been showed in over 40 countries, aired in over 80 countries. 160 million copies sold in just Japan alone. 260 million copies sold worldwide. Like you had a bunch of stuff. Like for example, when they created in 1984. So from then on, you went on to do crazy stuff like Dragon Ball 1986 to 1989, Dragon Ball Z 1989 to 1996, Dragon Ball GT 1996 to 1997, Dragon Ball Z Kai 2009 to 2011, 2014 to 2015. Like, dude, I could keep going. There's even Dragon Ball Z this year, and it's on Hulu and Netflix. I know because I watch it. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? So part of being great or creating a history for yourself is to create something that's going to be everlasting, right? And so the history of this cartoon, basically, it takes place in this Earth known as Dragon World, right? Which the whole Dragon Ball Z takes place, and designated as Planet 4032. 877 by the Celestial Hierarchy is the main setting for the entire Dragon Ball series, as well related media such as, you know what I'm saying? So when they created the whole thing, they put in this weird world of this Earth, this universe they created, which is another great thing. most cartoons don't create a universe. Probably said Thundercats, maybe Voltron, maybe Teenage Mutant Turtles. Most people just tell you it's in New York. Like, that's kind of corny. Create your own universe. Give us something we've never seen before. That's what made Dragon Ball great. The Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball great. It just made it illustrious. You know what I'm saying? So, it's mainly inhabited by Earthlings, a term used exclusively to refer to intelligent races native to the planet, including human beings, anthropomorphic beings, and monsters. Starting from the Dragon Ball Z series, various extraterrestrial species such as Saiyans, which is what Goku is and Vegeta is, Namekians have played a more prominent role in the franchise history. You know what I'm saying? The narrative of Dragon Ball prominently follows the adventures of Saiyan Goku into and Bulma when he's a kid. Then as he grows, he fights Yamcha, he fights Piccolo, he doesn't fight Krillen because Krillen becomes his best friend. Then once goes through that, then becomes Dragon Ball Z, he becomes a father. Then he gives birth to Gohan. And then, of course, him and Vegeta finally find respect for each other. They become best friends. But at first, him and Vegeta are like sworn enemies. Enemies to the core. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And then Goku later receives, and then, of course, as the series goes, him and Bulma begin on this series. The two embark on an adventure to gather 7 Dragon Balls, which is always totally awesome, right? Because whenever he would get the Dragon Balls, he'd make a wish, and everybody was trying to grab the Dragon Ball so he could make a wish. It was nuts, man. You know what I'm saying? Wish granting dragon, Sharon, and the dragon was called Sharon. So Goku later receives martial arts training from Master Roshi, as I like to call him. This dude that looked like he lived in California, bald, wore sunglasses, and rode a turtle. Yeah, that was Master Yoshi, man. I remember my brother used to make fun of me. He loved Dragon Ball Z. My younger brother, the one that I based Rasputin on. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, really? Damn. One thing sorry, yo, I had to eat something. I'm hungry. And then meets and then of course Masayoshi and meets his lifelong friend Krillen. Krillen was cool, even in the cartoon he was cool, but I always thought he was corny. But he was not the greatest fighter, but he was a good person. Then of course he enters the Tachachi Piccolo. He fights Piccolo, and then even later on Piccolo Daimyo, and then of course his offspring Piccolo, the regular Piccolo, which is the one we know in the first official Dragon Ball cartoon that I watched, which was in the 1995 to 1996. So that's Piccolo right there. And he just meets a whole bunch of array of people, man. That's the history of Dragon Ball. Like, he fought Frieza, he fought Nappa, he fought oh my god, not Cell, Majin Buu. Like, the lists are endless, man. Like, this dude was fighting everybody and their godmother. And every time he fought somebody, he had to get stronger. So one of the reasons, again, Dragon Ball Z was created was because Akira Toriyama, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying, was a fan of Hong Kong films, particularly Bruce Lee films such as Enter the Dragon 1973 and Jackie Chan films such as Drunken Master. Jackie Chan in that movie. If you've never seen Drunken Master with Jackie Chan and Enter the Dragon by Bruce Lee, oh my god, I just need to slap you. Straight up. I need to slap the hell out of you. But it goes to show again the nonsense that we watch in America, the garbage that we watch, the trash, the repeats of movies. They keep rerunning the same nonsense. It's just, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So, I wanted to create a manga inspired by martial arts films. This led to Toriyama creating the 1983 one-shot manga Dragon Boy, which later developed into Dragon Ball. So you have to start somewhere. For me, it's like me having Cards of Assassins. I knew I wanted to start somewhere. I created characters. I started with simple things as bio book. Then from a bio book, I started creating other things, animation. And then from animation, I was like, wait, let me create a whole comic book, which is going to be coming out later on this year, just to let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's where we at with it, man. You know what I mean? So, and then also, too, of course, Toriyama loosely modeled the plot and characters of Dragon Ball on the classical Chinese novel Journey to the West. So that's where everything about the history of Dragon Ball Z comes, Dragon Ball Z comes in. You know what I mean? And then you've got, which leads to the characters. The characters themselves are probably the backbone of the entire show. You know what I'm saying? The characters, man, Oh my God, the characters are off the chain. You know what I'm saying? The characters are off the chain. A lot of stuff like, so give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna find all the characters. You're gonna have to give me a second. Let me get mine. And yo, when I say there's a lot of characters, man, there's a lot of characters, boy. A whole lot of characters. So look, let's start off with Goku. I over here they call it Son Goku, but I don't know him as Son Goku, man. I just call him Goku, man. Goku, also known as Kakarot, is a male Saiyan. Goku is the main character in the whole Card of Assassin universe. And for some of y'all who might not know who Goku is, which would be embarrassing, let me show you Goku. So please don't get this twisted. This is Goku right here, the main character in the whole almost the Card of Assassin universe, and the whole Dragon Ball Saga universe. He's the main act. He's the main hero. You know what I'm saying? Goku was if you know anything about Dragon Ball, hopefully you watched it from the beginning. He's the main character that always said that he fought everybody. Nappa, Piccolo, Vegeta, Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu, you name it, he did it. Goku was like, when he was young, he was a really smart mouth, talked a lot of trash, and especially to the Young Chop. Boy, he used to talk junk to Young Chop, and whooped Young Chop too. He gave Young Chop some whooping, boy. Young Chop did not like the fact that he could get whooped by some, like, 5-year-old kid. That's what happened to Young Chop. Goku was so cool. If you've never seen the Dragon Ball cartoon, please go watch it. It is so freaking cool. But don't worry, I'm going to show you the animation intro. Dragon Ball Young Chop, he was like this dude that just really focused on Goku is a character that like mastered. His goal was to be the strongest, aside from being the strongest Saiyan, but to be the greatest fighter in existence, which is what he achieved. Of course, I always wanted Vegeta to be that, because funny enough, I liked Vegeta more than I liked Goku. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm a big Vegeta fan. I love me some Vegeta. I thought Vegeta was a cooler character than Goku. But hey, who am I to, you know what I'm saying, decide who's gonna be the best? But I loved him more than I loved Goku. So that's Goku right there. But he's the main character, number one character. First thing you saw when you watched the cartoon. You know what I'm saying? Then Vegeta, right? Vegeta is the prince. Okay, hold on. So let me just give y'all so Goku, oh my, I hate that. Dang. So Goku is a male Saiyan and main protagonist of the Dragon Ball Master Series created by Akira Toriyama. Rest in peace. You know what I mean? So Goku's the main character. From the fights, he's a Saiyan. He discovers he's a Saiyan. First he thinks he's just a human. Later on he discovers he's a Saiyan. You know what I'm saying? He realizes his father was a historical figure. If you ever watch the cartoon, his father was in the cartoon for like 5 minutes, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and then of course, that's Goku right there, the main character in the whole universe. I almost said Card of Assassins. Unbelievable. So let's see here. So look, is Saiyan raised on Earth and the main protagonist of Dragon Ball series. He is the second born son of the youngest child of Braddock and Gian, the husband of Chi-Chi and the father of Gohan and Goten. Originally sent to Earth by his parents as an infant, Kakarot was adopted by Grandpa Gohan and renamed Son Goku. A head injury at the early age altered Goku's memory, reading him of his initial disruptive nature and allowing him to grow up to become the Earth's greatest defenders. Goku constantly strives and trains to be the greatest warrior that can be possible, which has kept the Earth and universe safe from destruction multiple times. That is so true, boy. Man, Goku, boy, oh man, Goku is so cool. So next up is Vegeta. Vegeta is the prince of the fallen Saiyan race. He's the eldest son of King Vegeta, the older brother of Table, the husband of Bulma. Yeah, which is really trippy. I can't believe Vegeta's the husband of Bulma. So look, for all of y'all who don't know Vegeta, that's Vegeta right there. That's Vegeta right there. Let me tilt this camera a little bit for y'all. That's Vegeta right there. Yours truly, baby, Vegeta. Second greatest fighter in the whole Dragon Ball Z universe. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I think anyway. Some people might disagree, but I don't care if they disagree. So, like I said, he's the father of Trunks and... So, he's the prince of fallen Saiyan of the race and husband of Bulma, the father of Trunks and Bola, and the eldest son of King Vegeta. The eldest son of King Vegeta. It literally looks like him, as well as one of the main characters of the Dragon Ball series. Regal, egotistical, and full of pride, Vegeta is one of the ruthless, cold-blooded warrior and outright killer, but later abandoned his position in Frieza Force for a peaceful life on Earth. He would repeatedly fight alongside Universe 7 most powerful warriors and other protect Earth and his family, as well as surpass Goku in power, which is totally cool. Vegeta's strong character development has received praise and is regarded as the biggest in the series. See? And is received praise and regarded as the biggest in the series. Man, I love Vegeta. He's initially debuted as a main antagonist of Vegeta Saga, but progressed into more of an anti-heroic protagonist hero for the rest of Dragon Ball Z. Since the Majin Buu Saga and going into Dragon Ball Super, Vegeta has been the main director and secondary protagonist behind Goku. So he's basically a secondary character behind Goku. No longer being a villain. You know what I mean? And then of course, Gohan. Yes, the elder son of Gohan is the elder son of series of Goku, and his wife Chi-Chi, and the older brother of Goten, the husband of Videl and father of Pan. Gohan is the first hybrid half Earthling, half Saiyan to appear in the series. He's named after Goku's adoptive grandfather, Gohan. You know what I'm saying? So that's Gohan. Now, Gohan is right here. That's Gohan right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show everybody on this thing right here. You know what I'm talking about? Shoot, y'all don't know what's up. You know what? Let me, next up is Trunks. Actually, next up is Krillen. Krillen's right here. Bald-headed dude with the 6 stars on his head, as I like to say. Krillen is a supporting character in the whole Dragon Ball Z universe. He's the best friend of Goku. He's a very cool character. He's a fun-loving dude. He's all about chilling and chilling. And even when he gets mad, he's still chilling. You know what I'm saying? His stuff is hilarious, man. This dude is off the chain. So I've been watching Krillen since the old original Dragon Ball. And if you never watched the old original Dragon Ball, you really can't get the whole character of Krillen. He's a funny dude. You might think he's corny, but he's really not corny. He's actually the perfect counter. He's actually the perfect counter to Goku, because Goku's a bit too serious. You know what I'm saying? So he's actually the perfect counter to Goku. That's where that's at, man. You know what I mean? And then of course, next up is, let me see. I gotta get. Let's go Piccolo. So Piccolo. That's Piccolo right there. Can you imagine me trying to draw everybody in Dragon Ball Saga? That'd be nuts. So Piccolo Jr., usually called Piccolo, is known as My Junior. Is the name Kion and also the final child of reincarnation of demon of King Piccolo, later becoming the reunification of nameless Namekian after fusing with Kami. So Piccolo was like one of the main villains in the Dragon Ball Saga. Like he really eventually in the Dragon Ball Z Saga, he was Goku's main villain all the time. Every time I watched, he was the one fighting Goku all the time until Frieza and Cell came around. Prior to that, Piccolo was always trying to defeat Goku, but he could never do it. He would do this finger thing, would have these lasers coming out of his fingers. Stuff is off the chain, man. Piccolo was like a no nonsense, never chilling, always looking mad as hell, like he needed to do something, man. I was like, man, this dude over here, relax. And then him and Goku would get into it, and he would only get like one punch in on Goku, and Goku would beat his behind. He always lost to Goku, and he sure as that wasn't going to be Vegeta. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's Piccolo, the green-skinned hero, as I like to call him. But he had that cool thing on his hands, man. He always had the energy, like the energy through his hands was like charging. You know what I mean? Next up is Bulma. Actually, let me talk about Trunks. So Trunks is the Earthling and Saiyan hybrid son of Bulma and Vegeta, and the older brother of Bulma. So Trunks is a character from the future, and this is Trunks right here with a big old sword in his hand. That's Trunks right there. You know what I'm saying? Trunks is a sicko character. Trunks is the older brother. He comes from the future, and he helps the Dragon Ball family over here on Earth because he can tell them everything that was going to happen. And actually, with Trunks, let me read this thing. Are you kidding me? Man. Boy, when you need information, you can never find it. It's all right, though. Good thing I know all this stuff off top. So Trunks is the main character. He's the main character, and he is also like a foregone character that continues to he's the one who comes from the future and comes to the past to help the family. And all of a sudden, it's weird meeting your father, who's Vegeta, and your mother, Bulma, and you're like, what the? So I remember in the episode, it was Dragon Ball Z. I think it was maybe it was season 3 or 4. I don't remember. But I was still in school at the time. And I remember seeing Trunks like, what the hell is this dude? And all of a sudden, after 5 episodes, you figured out that he was Vegeta and Bulma's son. I was like, oh god, this is all kinds of twisted. But Trunks is a super cool character. You know what I'm saying? He's the only character I knew that had a sword in the cartoon. I don't remember anybody else having a sword in this cartoon. I really don't. I don't remember nobody else having a sword in the cartoon. Now, next up is Bulma. And there's a bunch of other characters, but I'm not about to get into all of them, man. So Bulma is a brilliant scientist and the second daughter of Capsule Corporation's founder, Dr. Brief, and is the wife so she's the daughter of Dr. Brief and his wife, Panchi, the youngest sister of Tights and Goku's first friend. I remember in the cartoon when she first got on, she could fly a ship, she was smart as hell, and she was always cussing somebody out. And then she had a crush on Yamcha, which was weird. So it's surprising that she ended up with Goku. You know what I'm saying? I mean with Vegeta, excuse me. It's cool though, but you know, Vegeta, Bulma, excuse me, yo. This is Bulma right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised that she ended up with Vegeta. She always liked these strong-willed personality type of dudes. But Bulma, even though she wasn't a fighter, she was a fighter. But she was more of the technology whiz on the cartoon. There was nothing she couldn't create. She was a scientist of the Ice Order. Even on the Dragon Ball Z series, when she changed her hair, like she was kicking butt, man. I remember when Goku was fighting Frieza. That was crazy. She created this hovercraft or whatever you want to call it, and she was flying through space with it. She always was able to create something. So like for example, she's the Bulma, she's the scientist, man. Bulma is the engineer and second daughter of Capsule Corporation founder Dr. Brief and his wife Bikini, the youngest sister of Tights and Goku's first friend. After dating Yamcha in their teen years, she would marry Vegeta in the adulthood and give birth to their 2 children, Trunks and Bulma, a technological genius who can turn her talents to almost any field to understand alien technology. Near effortless, her inventions have been invaluable to Goku and the rest of the Dragon team. Her most notable invention is the Dragon Rotor. Man, that thing is super cool, y'all. That's the thing that flies around, man, for all y'all don't know. Don't be no buster now. And Bulma is the most significant female character in the series. Aside from Goku's himself, Bulma is the second longest running character in the entire franchise. It's true. She's the second longest running character in the franchise. And by introducing in the entire franchise, being introduced in the first Dragon Ball chapter and episode, maintaining a prominent role until the end of the series. Man, she's super cool, man. Y'all just don't understand. She's super cool. You know what I'm saying? She's super cool. So, yo, that's Bulma right there. And that's all the characters. Now, there's other characters I'm going to list. But I can't go through this because I'll spend the rest of my day here if I do that. We ain't trying to do all that. So look, y'all, let me tell you all who else you need to know about. Look, you got Frieza, he's a villain. You got Master Yoshi, he's you trained Goku. You got Android 17, Android 18, twins. You got Bereus, who's like a weirdly god character. You got Majin Buu, who's a villain. You got Cell, who's a villain. Yang Chao, who was the first Dragon Ball series. Bradrock, Goku's father. Tenshun, Android 19. Dogra, Jarubi, King Piccolo, Zamusa, Videl, Zabon, Oolong. Oolong is the pig. Ha he's super cool. King Kai, of course. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Who else? That's it, man. Everybody else, man, it's just too many people, man, to name. Nappa, of course. You know what I mean? Nappa was in the first Dragon Ball Z, the first Dragon Ball Saga series. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's all the characters right there, man. Now, next up is the animation. Man, there's nothing even to say other than to show you the cartoon. You know what I'm saying? The cartoon series itself, man, off the chain, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Like, Dragon Ball Z, the cartoon. Let me see. I'm going to try to put it on my phone. I probably can't even get it, but I'm going to try anyway. It's always good to never give up. But, man, I'm going to see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Yo, give me a second. I'm trying to find the cartoon, y'all. Boy, it sure is hard to find stuff sometimes when you're looking for it. But give me a second. Y'all give me a second. Okay, if I can get the internet to work. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, let me show you the original Dragon Ball. Okay, if I can play it. If I can play it. Talk about technical difficulties. Okay, y'all, watch this. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, look. I'm about to flip the camera on y'all. Watch this. Dragon Ball, baby.
Long ago, 7 Dragon Balls were forged and scattered over the face of the planet. Once united, the eternal dragon will be called forth to grant the discoverer a single wish.
Don't stop till you got more than 7 magic balls. It's all you gotta do to have your wish come true. Get that Dragon Ball, place that ball to find us. Danger all around you, evil is around you. He's gonna help you find me. So y'all, that's Dragon Ball Z right there. The Dragon Ball cartoon intro. Now what I'm gonna try to do is find the Dragon Ball cartoon. I'm gonna try to find the Dragon Ball Z intro. Man, that's gonna be hard. The Dragon Ball Z intro was kind of different. Let me see. I honestly want to show the Japanese version. Yeah, the one I used to watch on Cartoon Network. Yeah. That's what was up. Let's see if I can find it, y'all. Cause it really wasn't no like, yeah, I can find it. I think this is the one. Man, they be showing nonsense, boy. God, if I hate anything about YouTube now, it's the amount of damn commercials there is. It's annoying, y'all. Really annoying. Yeah. This is what I used to watch, y'all. Maybe you want to go watch it again. Man, talk about sick, man. Man, y'all, ooh, y'all don't understand, boy. That cartoon off the chain, man. Man, that thing make me want to go watch the whole series all over again. You know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z is one of the coolest cartoons you've ever seen. Like, man, oh god, that cartoon is spitfire. Like, me just looking at this intro that I just showed y'all, man, y'all don't understand. Like, this cartoon, man, this is the one, like, it's a, like, I didn't really start having an obsession. Like, I've always had an obsession with Japanese cartoons, but I think this just pushed it over the edge. You know what I'm saying? They just pushed it to another stratosphere where I was like, yeah, this is where I need to be. This is what I need to be watching. Then it led to help me to be able to create the whole Culture of Assassin universe. I think that's really vital. Like, when you can have people help you. Oh, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Juan? How you doing? I don't look at my stream anymore. I don't really look at my chats anymore because I don't need to. I don't really focus on that, but I'm sorry if I missed anybody, man. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Hope all is going well with you. Look, hey, y'all, let me get back to my Dragon Ball Z. I'm about to over here losing my train of thought. I can't never focus anymore. So, y'all, that's Dragon Ball Z, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my God. That's the cartoon intro. Hopefully, I don't get nothing after my channel. I don't get no dings for just showing the cartoon. Man, because there's no way to do it other than to show you the cartoon. You know what I'm saying? I get tired of that happening. Like, I could show a cartoon intro and next thing I'm getting dings for it. You know, there's always something, some kind of copyright, whatever, yada, yada, yada. It is what it is, man. People's works have to be protected. But, yo, that's Dragon Ball Z, the cartoon. Like, and then, look, let me give y'all all the cartoon series. Like, for all of y'all, you just don't get it. Like, this cartoon has a bunch of cartoons. Like, a lot. So let me break it down, all the animated series that ever existed. The original, Dragon Ball, 1986 and 1989. Dragon Ball Z, 1989 to 1996. Dragon Ball GT, 1996 to 1997. Dragon Ball Z Kai, 2009 to 2011. 2014 to 2015. Dragon Ball Super, 2015 to 2018. Dragon Ball Super Dragon Ball Heroes, 2018 to 24. And Dragon Ball Daima, 2024 to 2025. Yo, in 2025. So that means since 1996, we're in 2025. So 14 years after 25, 10, 20, 35 years, and then 6 more. So basically 41 years of awesomeness. This thing's been going for 41 years. You're lucky if a cartoon can last 3 seasons, let alone 1 season. So to go for 41 years and to keep recreating the greatness of this cartoon, it doesn't matter how you phrase it. Then there's been also other stuff like TV specials, Brad Rock, the father of Goku, History of Trunks, 1993, excuse me, 1990, Bradrock, the father of Goku, The History of Trunks, 1993, A Hero's Legacy, 1997, direct-to-video, Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans, 1993, Plan to Eradicate the Super Saiyans, 2010. So like they just keep finding stuff about Dragon Ball to do. Shoot, if I had a cartoon like that, I'd find something to do too. You best believe Cardiac Assassin's gonna be like that. There's always gonna be something to do, man. You know what I mean? I mean, a cartoon like this really inspires my whole universe with the Cardiac Assassin universe, and the coming out party with the first ever Cardiac Assassin comic book that's coming out this year. It really makes me to understand like how much of an influence, whether it's Dragon Ball Z, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thundercats, Voltron, X-Men, Avengers, Gundam Wing, Dragon Ball, of course, Brave Star, Silverhawks, all these cool cartoons I used to watch as a kid, they all found some way and another to get into the Cardiac Assassin universe and give me ideas. That's why every Saturday I watch cartoon intros, just for the hell of watching cartoon intros, just so I can see exactly what ideas I can find. Yeah, I got the DJI thing now, so I can move my camera, man. Look at this. I ain't got to pick up the phone no more. Look at that. See that? That's so cool, right? Oh man, don't you love that, boy? Oh my God. Talk about technology. I used this on my trip to Africa, y'all. I was having a good old time. It was on and popping, y'all. On and popping. So, yo, that's animation. Next up is the comics. Now, what's crazy is this whole thing started off as a comic. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing started off in 1984 when it was created. It was a part of a weekly thing, Shonen Jump, which was in Japan. Like, when it comes to comics, America always thinks they're in front, but you're so fucking far behind. It's not even funny. I get tired of thinking, America thinking, oh, we're the best of it. No, you're not the best of nothing. The arrogance of Americans to actually think that you created comics. You didn't create shit. You know what I'm saying? You just, if anything, popularized it. But as far as talent, like, manga comics have been going for God knows how long. And I do mean God knows how long. So, for example, this one right here, Dragon Ball Z, it started in 1984. It's still going till 2025. And I'm going to see if I can find... Yo, give me a second. I think these are companion books. Hold on, yo. I might be able to find something. Okay, so let's see. So the Dragon Ball series started in... You know what? Hey, let me flip it. Y'all got to see this. Y'all see that? That's the original Dragon Ball 1995, when the whole Dragon Ball universe started. Yeah, that was what was on and popping. You know what I'm saying? That's where it was on and popping. That's about as cool as it gets. Like, I mean, I think let me see. Yeah, that's the Dragon Ball right there. So this one launched off. There's been numerous books, but the books have all started because the Dragon Ball Z saga got going. So, like, it started in 1994 and it's been going since. Let me see. Y'all give me a second. Let me flip it back around. You know what I'm going to do? I got an idea. Comics. How about I just find them? I'm not going to waste my time trying to have a headache. Hell no. So the Dragon Ball, let's see. It's broken down to 42 Tagubon volumes. That's insane. Y'all, literally insane. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. We just keep having people cutting in and out. One thing I ain't doing no more, I'm not doing it so people can I can get views. I'm doing it because I have fun. I don't give a damn if people show up or not. I've come to realize you can stay, you can go. I'm not playing that game. I ain't got time for that nonsense anymore, man. I've outgrown that crap. Before you obsess over, oh, how many people was looking at my stream? I'm looking at creating quality content. Once I upload this thing, everybody in the Godmother needs to see it, will see it. And people will go view it some more. I've just gotten tired of that, man. You know what I mean? If you keep doing things because you're gonna get views, you're really not gonna get anywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if we can find this Dragon Ball manga. Let's see. So yeah. Give me a second, y'all. Man, this thing jumped off a long time ago, boy. The first Goku. Look, y'all gotta show y'all this. Y'all need to see this. When I say no, oh. Yeah, y'all see that? That's the first cover of a Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball comic book. You know what I'm saying? So it was like really something very novice. I don't know what want to use the word novice, but it was like a very like, yo, this thing is gonna make, we're gonna make this thing happen. And sometimes to make anything happen, you have to make it happen. You can't wait on people to let you do things. You got to do things when you're ready to do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody decide what you're gonna achieve. Don't allow nobody to think that they're about to decide what you're about to achieve. Make sure you put them in check if they think that's gonna be the case. You know what I'm saying? There we go, y'all. Boy, I'm over here just playing with this thing. I'm having too much fun with this. I don't even care. It's all kinds of upside down. So yeah, I don't know whether this is straight or whatever. Y'all give me a second. There we go. Now we're straight. But yeah, all the comics, they've been going since 1990, 1986 till today. So you got like a bunch of original comics, list of Dragon Ball Z. Let me see. 42 volumes in total. List of volumes, y'all. Give me a second. Okay, so here we go. You've got Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball SD, Dragon Ball Super, Super Dragon Ball Heroes, Anuko. So it matches up the cartoon. Dragon Ball. That time I was got reincarnated as young child. Super Dragon Ball Heroes Universe Mission. Super Dragon Ball Heroes Universe Mission. Super Dragon Ball Heroes Big Bang Mission. Super Dragon Ball Heroes Avatars. Super Dragon Ball Heroes Ultra God Mission. Super Dragon Ball Heroes Meteor Mission. Like, man, there's so many cartoons, man, and it's nuts. Let's see. List of Dragon Ball chapters. Oh, God, this is crazy. And they were, like, in volume 42 as well. It's when you talk about a comic series, like the comics, like, are a big part of the reason why you have all the cartoons we're watching now. Like, they kind of broke it down into episodes. Like, look, let me let y'all see what I'm seeing. Y'all see what I'm seeing? Look at this. This is literally everything with the comic series right here. I'm not even gonna bother trying to break it down to y'all. It's nuts. Volume list: The Monkey King, Son Goku, Wish Upon a Dragon, Training of Kameya of Master Yoshi, Strongest Under the Heavens, The Red Ribbon Army, Bulma Returns, General Blue and the Pirate Treasure. Man, it's all kinds of stuff up in here, man. And then The World's Greatest Team, Never Before Seen Terror, The Lord of Worlds, Earth versus Saiyans, Goku versus Vegeta, which is when things got really awesome, Dragon Ball in Space. So it's just like a list of cartoons, man. And it's funny that I find it ironic that all this stuff is really what's helping a lot of cartoons now. Then, of course, there's merchandising. Man, yo, let me tell you, I don't think there's any let me find something. Let's find merchandise. Give me a second, yo. When I say merchandise, man, it's got collectible cards. So look, the merchandise that you get from Dragon Ball Z, and it's all kinds of crazy. You got merchandise, you got collectible cards, whether from the Dragon Ball collectible card or Dragon Ball Z collectible cards. You've got Dragon Ball Z, the anime adventure game tabletop. You've got let me see. You got toys. It's insane the amount of toys. And look, let me read this to y'all. This is how y'all know this stuff, the cards go crazy. Additional more than 100 million unofficial pirated copies are estimated to have been sold in China as of 2005. Additionally, more than 30 million unofficial pirate copies are estimated to have been sold in South Korea as of 2014. Tally does not include unofficial pirate copies. When including the over 130 million unofficial pirated copies sold in China and South Korea, an estimated total of more than 470 million official and unofficial copies have been sold worldwide. Like, man, Dragon Ball Z is that jump off, man. Action figures, cartoons. There's not, literally, let me see. You have tabletop games. Let me see, collectible cards. You know what? Give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can find all the toys that I can. Because, man, there's a lot of toys. Oh yeah. Bandai too. Ooh, I forgot Bandai's the one doing it. Boy, I don't see these at work. Y'all, man, I see this stuff at work. Watch this. Y'all, I'm about to flip a camera. Look at this. Look here, y'all. All the toys one person can want to buy. Vegeta, Goku, man. Y'all give me a second. Look at this. It's never ending. Literally. Man, you can buy toys for days and you got everybody. Let me see. You got young Goku. And I'm proud of myself, man, for finally getting back on track with the Dragon Ball Z thing. I don't do things anymore for views, man. Whether you show up or not, I don't give a damn. You do whatever you got to do. I'm doing what I got to do to be successful. That's why I'm successful. Look at this. Piccolo. Oh, look at this. Y'all, look at this Piccolo. Man, toys for days, man. Majin Buu. No, not Majin Buu, excuse me. Who else we got here? Goku Ultra. All the Goku characters. Vegeta. Gohan. Let me see. Vegeta right there. Goku. I'm trying to think. Man, when you talk about action figures, toys was another big thing too because it was made by Bandai. So, you know, I think one of the advantages of, I don't want to call it joining forces, but sometimes it's good to have connections, I guess, to merchandisers, which is, let me see. Action figures. There we go. Ooh, look at Cell. Oh, that's cool. Y'all see that Cell? That's what's up right there. Man, it's never ending, boy. I love it. You know what I mean? But yo, that's all the Dragon Ball characters, man. You got Cell, you got Frieza, you got everybody. I mean, when you create a cartoon like this, there's no question about the greatness or the validity of it, man. When you can do all that stuff, like, only thing I'm waiting on is movies. But I pray to God they don't do a movie and then they put a white boy as Goku. I'm gonna be so mad. Don't put a white boy and don't put a white boy that's half Asian. No, fuck that. Find me a damn, you can find, pardon my English, but I had to cuss right there. Find me a pure Japanese actor. Please. Don't bore me to death with this white boy playing Goku. Because I've seen the movies they did before. That's why I'm not even going to talk about the movie. I was so infuriated by watching. I was like, why the hell is there a white boy playing Goku? That's some of the crap that I can't stand that Hollywood does. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, the corporation is going to have something to do with this movie. I'm going to do the usual. Take the punk way out and put a punk ass white boy there. Don't nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that. So, yo, that's everything, man. Now, let's get into this. Get your mind right, y'all. Get your mind right. Yeah, it's been a while, but hey, I gotta get your mind right. We ain't gonna take too long. I always like talking about mental health, man. Let me tell you, mental health is very important. Still got the journal, even though I'm not in therapy anymore. My last therapy day was May 29th, I think. Let me see. Give me a second, y'all. May 7th. Let me look at my journal. Yeah, I had my last on May 7th, 2025 on a Wednesday. Therapy session number 29. That's a lot of sessions, man, but I gotta say it's transformed my life too. This peace that people say they seek, I've achieved it. You can see it in my energy. People that see me now, they're like, man, what are you doing? Ain't nothing changed, man. I still work out the same. I still do all the things I used to do, only now that I have a peace of mind. I have a peace of mind in myself. I have a peace of mind with my father. I have a peace of mind with my mother. I have a peace of mind with family, with important family. Those who are of no consequence, I don't waste my time with them. You know what I'm saying? It's really important to know yourself and know where you want to go, right? You have to understand your understanding. I don't know if that makes any sense. Sometimes, y'all, I'm trying to see if I can get sometimes you have to figure out. Yeah, I ain't waking nobody up with that. Sometimes you have to figure yourself out and going where you're going. It's like I told a friend. Somebody asked me about somebody's marriage. I said, their marriage is none of my business. Marriage is an A-B conversation. I'm going to see my way out of it. One of the things I've learned to do really well since my therapy, I don't put my business in my business. It's not my business. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm going to say it again. I don't put my business in my business. It's not my business. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, I keep to myself. I got my goals. Like, my trip to Africa really liberated me, pulled me all together. Like, I felt complete after leaving Nigeria. I felt because I got to stand on the tomb of where my great-grandfather, who was a great warrior king, was buried. I could feel his energy when I stood over that tomb. And for the longest, I'd wanted to know where he was buried. And come to find out, he's not that far away from my father's house. So now every time I go to Nigeria, guess where I'm going? To my great-grandfather's tomb, Sanusi. That's who I named the company after. You see this name right here? Sanusi? Yeah, right there. That's what I named the company after. You see this name on my shirt? Sanusi? That's what I named the company after. The blessings of him that have been bestowed upon me since I named the company after him has been nothing short of spectacular. Like my dreams, wanting to be at peace, the growth of the culturatural universe, just growing this thing, popping it forward, man. You just don't understand, y'all. It's good to get your mind right. Look, it's gonna take a lot to get to where I am as a person. And for anybody out there who's still trying to figure it out, what they need to do, please get yourself some help starting with that. Whether it's one session per week, one session per month. And yeah, it costs money. You know what I'm saying? So if you spend money on dumb shit, spend money on you being healthier. There's nothing more important than your mental being and your well-being so that you can be the best version of yourself. I'm stressing, man. If you want to be great, if you want to push forward, if you want to be better than what you are where you are now, please go find you, and don't get none of these corporate therapies. I can't stand, I've done some stuff. I did some stuff for better health. I had to leave that alone. I was like, hell no, this ain't for me. Once my sessions got done, I didn't go out of my way to look for them again. I found a therapist, and from then on, I spent the better part of 2 years with my therapist. From 2023 till now, 2025, May 7th, 2025. It was amazing. So I started on May 30th, 2023 with my therapist, and I finished it now, May 7th, 2025. I still talk to my therapist. Every Monday when I send out these motivational quotes I like to send, I send it out to him. Because he's a good human being. He's a great human being. He did a lot for me. This man is so inspiring. He said, look, anything going on with your college of Station Universe, let me know. When the comic drops, let me know. So I'm so inspired, man. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, I'm at this, I don't know how to explain it, y'all. It's a tranquil peace. You know what I'm saying? You can't buy what I have right now. Y'all feel me? You really can't. You know what I mean? So the only thing I can tell you is to go find your peace. You owe it to yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself. Y'all get what I'm saying? So, yo, that's where we at, man. So that's getting your mind right segment. And look, I have a journal. As of today is day number 752 since I started this journal on May 30th, 2023. I am now at day number 752. That's more than 2 years, y'all. No, is that 2 years? It's going on. Let me do the math. Let me see. Let me see if I can calculate. let's see, 365 times 2. Yeah, I'm past 2 years. 2 years. 2 years and 22 days. Because I'm at 752. 365 times 2 is 730. I'm at 752. So I'm not going to stop. This journal, my therapist, what he had me doing has really engulfed me. Then, of course, the book. Y'all give me a second. This book helps a lot. I'm so sore. I've literally almost finished reading it. Y'all see that? Y'all see where I'm at, what I got left? This is what I got left. That's all I got left. This is the book right here, Feeling Good, by Dr. David Burns. I would say if you need some help, go get this book. It really will change your life. Literally. Literally. Everything I used to want to manifest is manifesting. See, you can't grow unless you choose to grow. And you can't evolve unless you choose to evolve. You choose to be better than where you were before. You choose to be pain-free. Move on. You can't change the past, man. You know what I'm saying? But you can move on and learn from it. You know what I mean? And create you a great present and have a bright future. Do that for yourself. Like, for example, going to Africa, I realized why Africans need to take Africa back from colonialists, from whites. Like, whites need to get the hell out of Africa. Without question. We're done with their ass. That's something I was seeing happen. Even just recently, just yesterday, I heard that the African Union, all 55 countries have voted to make it one union. You know how beautiful that is? That's all things that white people don't want to see. They enjoy taking what we have. Europe wouldn't be shit without Africa. Europe ain't shit without Africa. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Make you no verse, but I don't give a damn. I'm saying the truth. This is my podcast. There's some things I'm going to change about this podcast. Get Your Mind segment is part of that, man. Understanding my history, my comings, where I come from, makes me feel great. That's why I can say what I'm saying right there. To see African leaders know that us, the youth, are sick of the leadership that we have in Africa, get the hell out. This is all part of feeling good. Like giving me the courage to say it. I don't give a damn. I've always been this way. Now you're just going to hear it. Whether you show up for my podcast or not, I don't give a damn. Because when I put stuff on live, sometimes I get 0 views. And then by the time I come back, it's got 900 views. So you have to understand what you're doing and going forward. So Africa, man, let me tell y'all. Honestly, living in America now makes me want to throw up. I get to realize the toxicity that is America. And yes, it's been long toxic before your president took over. The Democrats didn't do no good job. So let's not give Democrats credit for what they ain't done. You know what I'm saying? But you, Africa, I feel the energy, man. The youth, the younger generation, my generation is like, we're not having it. Oh no. Africa is going to be in our hands. A bunch of damn white people are not going to be running it. And for all you white people, we don't give a damn what you think. Ain't no crap. Man, I don't even want to say the word. I really want to, but I'm not going to. I really don't care. Bottom line is, white people are not wanted in Africa anymore. Y'all got to go. We don't want you there anymore. And there's nothing you can do about it. You're not, we've got all the resources you need. We don't need you, you need us. So now we're going to start negotiating on our terms. I know you useless leaders, if you don't do your job, we're going to push your worthless carcass out the way. Whether voluntarily or by force. But you got to go. Africa belongs to Africa. Not white people, not Chinese, not Russians, Africans. That means Nigerians, Ghanaians, and not the useless governments. We need great leaders like Ibrahim Traoré, more of him. We need more people like the leaders of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré. We need more leaders like the one running Chad, Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Niger, you know what I'm saying? And I believe Guinea has joined them too. You know what I'm saying? I think Botswana too. Those are leaders. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So yo, that's all part of me getting my mind right. My trip to Africa really, really has made me stand it. I've always known my history. I'm one of the few people in this world that knows this history. But to actually stand there where I'm from, to go to Abeokuta, to go to Odogbolu, to be standing there, you know what I'm saying? To see what my father's house is built, see the house of my mother's built, you know what I'm saying? To see all this greatness that's growing there. Man, I'm tired of America, man. I'm done with this country. You know what I mean? So yo, man, that's getting your mind right. You know, to move forward, you gotta know where you're going, man. And I definitely know where I'm going. So yo, get your mind right. And if you want to really help yourself, get you a journal. So you can note your history, your daily activity, your daily peace, where you're going. Whether it's chaos or peaceful, you get to write it down. And I've realized since I've started my therapy, my days are not as chaotic anymore. That running 175 miles per hour every day that I used to tell people, That don't happen no more. The world has slowed down in front of me. It's like this. It's just going slow. And I can see everything I want to do. You know what I mean? So, yo, get your mind right, y'all. Get you some help. Get you a real therapist. None of these corporate garbage therapy. You know what I mean? Yo, they out there. There's a great therapist out there for you. Find the right one. If you go through one or two of them, then that's what you got to do. But you got to get some help. And to my African brothers and sisters across the continent, it's our time now. We're going to fix Africa. We got to fix Africa. It's on us because the generation before us didn't do shit. Literally didn't do shit. So we got to fix it. So let's get to fixing. That means your talent ain't no longer all over the planet. Serve Africa, not the rest of the world. Fuck it. Fuck the rest of the world. The rest of the world is using us to feed themselves. How about we use us to feed ourselves? You know what I'm saying? So all you Africans that know you want to be African, let's go back home and fix this hot mess, man, because we can't have the generation before running it. All you old bastards that are all 68, 70 years old, get the fuck out the way. We are tired of you ruining our country. We're done with that crap. Africa is the future, and it's going to be the future. And that Africa that I'm talking about, that's the future, is that it has the Africans that look like me. That look like me. Not a bunch of punk-ass white boys from France. Sorry-ass Macron, the president. Not a bunch of bastards from England. Not a bunch of bastards from America. Fuck all that. Africa belongs to Africans. You know what I'm saying? From Kenya to Nigeria, from Senegal to Burkina Faso, to Botswana, to Zambia, to Mozambique, to, you know what I'm saying, to Congo, to the Democratic Republic of Congo. It will be at peace one day when all these useless, outsourcing, white interests get their useless cannons out of our country. And all you bastard leaders that don't want to be leaders, get the hell out of the way because we are coming. We're going to get your useless carcasses out the way. So, yo, that's what's up, man. And look, my final thoughts. Dragon Ball. Yeah, I got political. I don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z. Basically, what's going on here is we're talking about one of the greatest cartoons ever created. You know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball is without question like one of the greatest cartoons ever created. There is no doubt that you ain't got jack squat without this cartoon Dragon Ball, man. You know, you're not gonna have a let me see if I can find, you know what I'm saying? 1984, you create this cartoon created by Akira Toriyama. And so, yes, we need to see him. We got to pay homage to this great man. I did not want to forget this. Y'all, hold on. That's him right there, the great creator. You know what I'm saying? In 1982. He was born April 5th, 1955 and died March 1st, 2024, last year. He was 68 years old. An amazing creator. Guys like that, and what I like most about the fact that he's a creator, he's not a white guy. A bunch of white guys thinking they're the only ones creating shit. You ain't the only one creating shit. There's all these creators that we don't know about, and they're not whites. So, yo, he gives me courage to create the culture of Sasuke universe. Not only that, base it on my culture, the African culture, the Nigerian culture, the Abelkota culture. It's going down, y'all. Man. So the cartoon itself, the series itself, it's something that's like epic in a way that you don't understand. And this man, prior to his death, man, he was popping out cartoons. Shoot. Man, he was popping out cartoons. I think without Toriyama creating this cartoon, we would never have gotten something that was Asian centric. It's like you have X-Men, you have Avengers, Spider-Man, yada yada yada, but those are all white people. Dragon Ball Z was one of the few cartoons that showcased something that wasn't white. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't want to see a bunch of white people talking about superhero-ness. I really didn't. It gets corny, man. And a lot of people won't say it, but I will. I don't give a damn. I'm not trying to see a bunch of white people all the time. You know what I mean? So that's what I loved about this thing, man. This cartoon series, it's been going for 41 years, and it's not going to stop. But what's beautiful about it is it's better than, like, it's lasted longer than like the consistency of Dragon Ball is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So from the manga from 1984 to 1995 to 2025, the cartoon series, the consistency of it, like the growth of it, like this right here, I've sold so many of this poster. Man, I'm tired of my Wi-Fi trying to interrupt me. I've sold so many of this poster. You know what I'm saying? This cartoon. Like, this the poster right here. Let me see if I can find it for y'all. Actually, speaking of posters, I might as well pull them out. For all of y'all who might want to go buy a poster, right here. So, that's Goku and Vegeta, right? After I drew them two. Then I decided I need to draw the whole thing. So I did. You know what I mean? You just sometimes you just gotta do things, man. You really do. You just gotta do things. So yo, posters, man, available now on soundvision.com. You can get you a copy, a pair. You know what I mean? Yo, that's Dragon Ball Z, man. From 1984 to right now, without Akira Toriyama, you would not. I'm my dyslexia really gets in the way. Without him taking that time to Akira Toriyama, taking that time to make himself to create something this great, we wouldn't have Dragon Ball, man. So that's Dragon Ball right there, man. I mean, what else can I say? That thing is crossed over the world. I remember when he died, there literally was soccer stadiums showing pictures of this man and Dragon Ball Z. That's how much of a popular culture this man has on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's done a lot. It's like some of the things he does outside of Dragon Ball Z. Dr. Slump went on to sell over 35 million copies in Japan. America is not the only place to do something. If you are a creator, I don't care from wherever you are, Africa, India, Japan, China, yo, stop thinking you need to base your shit on white people to get success. Fuck white people. They're not the only human beings on the planet. They don't own anything. They steal from others to create their shit. You know what I mean? So yo, believe in yourself. Go create your own creation. Yes, I cussed. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not PCing myself. I'm done with that. You know what I mean? But you know, that's what it is, man. Creation is the most important thing you can do for yourself. So yo, that's where it's at, man. You know what I mean? Dragon Ball Z. So yo, that's what's up. Now, let's get into my favorite segment when I get through talking about the final thoughts. Yo, products, man. Water bottles. First of all, y'all see this thing right here? I was using this in Africa, man. Water bottles. Well, guess what? A straw and a handle. Look, right here. And what's also cool about this water bottle, it's got a straw in there. So once you fill her up, you got a cold drink the whole time, man. You know what I mean? And I like it because you ain't got to worry about the art that I put on it, whatever design you order, fading. It's going to stay like this, literally. Literally. You know what I mean? For a long, good old time. You know what I mean? Water bottles, man. Next up, of course, how can I forget? Arts. Go get you some art. If you love art, posters, you gotta fill your wall. Dragon Ball Z, Goku vs. Vegeta, Dragon Ball Z. But there's also other stuff too, like Kaja for Assassins, which I'm gonna show you. X-Men. Look. Posters, man. You know what I'm saying? Posters. Visit the website and get your poster on. The Carjack's Universe, Cajun. Then let me show you the Assassins because I don't. Look, why not? You got the Carjacks. So you got the entire Carjack Assassin universe. The heroes and the villains. You know what I'm saying? You got Carjacks, the heroes. Then you got Cajun and Sphinx. You know what I'm saying? You got Escalade Sincere. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me do it like that so y'all can see. Look, let me tilt my there you go. Escalade Sincere. You got Glock's Rasputin. You know what I'm saying? You got Diesel Shepherd. You got the Assassins led by Lord Sun Tzu. You got Sun Tzu and Seth right there. You got Artillery Excursion. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, it's on the popping. You got Kanji Revo. You know what I'm saying? You got Snipes Yukon. You got the Coyotes. You know what I'm saying? You got Mirage. You got Bolts. You got Silver Spider. You got Enigma. You know? You got Mega Man. Sonic the Hedgehog. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was Dragon Ball Z right there. I'm gonna put it back. Thundercats. Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Nightwing. Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? X-Men. Gargoyles. So, you know, a bunch of posters, man. Any kind of art that you can think of. Yo, hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can get more art. Oh yeah. And look, y'all want to see huge? Check these out. These are giant 24x36 posters. I told you, I'm gonna diversify my portfolio. Look, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? Spawn on the back. You got Wonder Woman. Yeah, this is the Wonder Woman that's always selling out. And then you got, you know what I'm saying? Then you got Deadpool. And these are just some of my posters. And these are 24x36 posters that you can find on my website, on soundvision.com. Get your order on. Look, let me get you some Carja for Assassin ones. And then look, I got the Carja for Assassins Classic right here. You know what I'm saying? Check that out, y'all. Then I got the Carja for Assassins version 5. And all these other posters that I got on my website. So, yo, visit soundvision.com and get your order on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's got to be on and popping, man. So, look, what else we got? We got hoodies. Y'all got to definitely go get a hoodie. You want a hoodie? Carja for Assassins, right? Look at this custom design hoodie, man. This is what your boy been doing, man. We moving along like I ain't never moved along before. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, you got sweatpants. So you got hoodies. You got sweatpants. Custom design sweatpants. Look at that thing. Apparel, man, of the highest order. I got one on right now. Look at this. Man, this is what we're doing over at Sound Vision, man. So this is the front side of it. And guess what? This is the back side of it. I remember wearing this to Africa, man. People were tripping. And it's good to be appreciated, man. That's why I'm not really putting all my eggs in one basket, man. You know what I'm saying? I am not putting my eggs in one basket. Look, check this out, y'all. Look, the hoodie. I just want you to see it in detail. Look at this. This is how all my hoodies looking like now. Custom design looking sick as hell. You know what I'm saying? You got to go get a pair, man. Iron Man, Carja for Assassins, Blade, Batman, Dragon Ball Z, Goku vs. Vegeta. All kinds of hoodies on my website, man. Custom design hoodies, y'all. Not playing games. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, can't forget the suitcase. Look at this. Suitcases. That's right. Suitcases. We're making suitcases now. What y'all thought this was a game? Come on, man. Look, with the cool handle. Y'all see that? Look at this. With the cool handle. With the 4-wheel spin. So I travel with this through the airports and everybody's just like, man, you get up. I said, this is what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, you got bucket hats. We are in the summer. Don't hurt yourself, but we are in the summer. Look at this. Bucket hats, reversible bucket hats. Available now on soundvision.com. I just made one that had a Green Lantern John Stewart and Batwing on it. I sent to a customer. That was pretty sick, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at this, man. Then you flip it. You got another side of it. Look at this. So Carja for Assassin Classic on one side, and then Carja for Assassin version 5 on this side. That's right. That's what your boy doing, man. We doing big things, man. We not playing games, boy. We doing big time things. You know what I'm saying? Check that out, man. Check that beautiful thing out. Then, of course, laptop cases. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Laptop cases. Laptop cases. Laptop cases, man. Who don't want one of these right here? Are you kidding me? Everybody wants a laptop case. Then, of course, you got the phone cases. Where would I be if I didn't show you all the phone cases? Look at this. And the phone case I wanted to show y'all, my phone's attached to it right now. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Phone cases. Whether it's Carja for Assassins, Classic Carja for Assassins, Carja for Assassins version 5, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it don't matter. And I got it in three different types of phone cases. iPhones, Samsung Galaxies, and Google Pixels, y'all. So, yo, get your order on, join the movement, and be part of the movement. You know what I'm saying? That's what your boy doing, man. And then, of course, now, let's go on to all the other cool stuff that I got that I don't want y'all to miss out on. Look at this. Sneakers for days. Let's start off with these right here. Carja for Assassins kid sneakers. Oh, man, the shoelace don't came apart. All right, let me retire this thing. Look, I love having this DJI. I love it. So look at this. Cool gear, cool sneakers. That's the thing about having this DJI. I can change angles. Now look at this, right? Kids Bata sneakers, right? The Bata footwear line. This is what your boy doing. Thank all of y'all for joining me, man. I really appreciate it. Whoever joins me, whoever hasn't joined me, I ain't tripping. How y'all doing, whoever this is right here? Nice to meet you. Appreciate the like. Hit the subscribe button. Look, all of y'all, look. This is what your boy got going right now, man. You know what I'm saying? We got these cool, awesome sneakers. I'm about to show you a bunch of sneakers, y'all. These are the kid sneakers. The Batas 3 low tops for kids, but I got them in high tops too. I got high tops. I got high tops with the strap. I got high tops without the strap. I got the Sport 2s. Let me tilt the angle back on my camera. Give me a second, y'all. Yeah, that's right. So you see what I'm saying? Look at these right here. Sick as hell. Look, the detail of these. I'm going to show you about 7 sneakers. Yeah, look, this is my first podcast back in a month. So I'm going to show you everything. I might as well. I'm not in no rush. This is the kind of sneaker designs you're going to be seeing, man. This is what we're doing over here at Sound Vision. Major things right here. Now look, next up. Oh, I almost forgot. I forgot I got dog hoodies. See, I got so many things now, I forget that I have stuff. Look at this. A Batman dog hoodie. But you can get in any dog hoodie too. So this is a Batman dog hoodie. Accessories galore, baby. Accessories galore. Batman dog hoodie. Y'all see that right there? Man, that's what your boy doing, man. Batman dog hoodie. This is what your boy doing. This is what I'm doing right here. Y'all don't know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Dog hoodies. And look at this thing. Sick as this is a large one, but you can get any character. Batman, Carja for Assassins, Blade, Iron Man, Thundercats, Wolverine, Captain America, you name it, I got it. Look, the dog hoodies are very custom because I sold a bunch of these. The most popular one, which is really tripping me out, is actually my characters. The Carja for Assassins characters. These are actually the most popular dog hoodies that I sell. My characters. Apparently, people love my characters. I do too. You know what I mean? But yo, dog hoodies, man. You gotta go get you one. Multiple colors too. Black, gray, red, navy blue, purple, pink, orange, brown. You name it, I got it. Right now, I think I've got about 12 dog hoodie designs. So if you know you love your dog, go get your dog a dog hoodie. Let your dog walk down the street in style. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's what your boy doing, man. Dog hoodies. Dog hoodies. I never apologize for being creative. That ain't gonna happen. I'm not about to be limited to just t-shirts or what people want me to sell. I don't give a damn what people want me to do. I'm doing what the hell I want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of success. Now look, let's keep on going with these sneakers right here. These were the sneakers that I wore all the time out my whole trip in Africa. Man, they put in work and they look great. You know what I'm saying? Batas 3 low tops for adults right here. The other one I showed you was for kids. But these are for adults right here. As you can see, I got the carjacks on one foot. Custom design, y'all. I piece it piece by piece. Look at the detail on this thing, man. Brown color. I've never had brown sneakers before in my life. But I just decided, you know what? I need to make one. And they are still clean. Man, I walked a lot in all kinds of mud and all kinds of stuff. I walked in streets. I walked through the mall. When I was walking through the mall in Nigeria, everybody was tripping out. It's like, these are the coolest things I've ever seen. And yes, I'm going to show you a video of the mall in Africa. So y'all can get it. Y'all can know what time it is where I come from. You know what I mean? Yo, Batas 3 sneakers. Then, of course, look at this. Wolverine and Deadpool high tops. That's right. So if you're joining me on the chat right now, call all your friends to come look at some cool sneakers. All these sneakers are available on SoundVision.com. Now this one's a high top. And the thing is, this is a platinum high top. So if you want this sneaker, it's available on SoundVision.com. You know what I'm saying? The thing about this sneaker is mostly when I usually only put one character on a sneaker. But then this one customer wanted me to make a sneaker. So I designed one. I designed these and they didn't want one. I was like, oh man. So I got to make 2 copies of them. So this is the original copy of the Blade versus Deadpool that I made. Then I had another customer order it. So you look at this. Wolverine on one foot. You see that right there? Deadpool on the other foot. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing over here at Sound Vision, man. Creating all kinds of cool sneakers. Then, don't give me a second. Guess what this one is? Black Panther versus Batman. Yeah, that's right. Each foot looks different. I told you, you should see. Wait till I show you my sneakers. Batman versus Deadpool right here versus Batman. You see Batman right there and you see Black Panther right there. That's how I'm doing with my sneakers, man. And then you see the inside of it. So this is the right foot, this is the left foot. And what's cool about these sneakers? No shoelaces. I don't like shoelaces. So I put a string thing in there. And guess what I use these for? I got my own set of sneakers that I run in. They look just like this. You're about to see them. Sick as hell, man. This is what your boy doing. Look at this. This is the jump off. This is the future. Batas 3 Sport 2s available on SoundVision.com. Any character. Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Carja for Assassins, Wonder Woman, Turtles, Thundercats, Black Panther, and Batman. Black Panther by himself, Batman by himself, so it don't matter. I'm making them, man. You know what I mean? Look, check this out. And so the ladies, don't say I forgot them. Ladies, I got the wedge sneakers for y'all. Batas wedge sneakers. These are for the ladies. They've been asking me to make something that's unique to the ladies, so I did. Aside from the Sport Queen sneakers, these are unique for the ladies too. call them the wedge sneakers. So you can see my art can go on there too. Any character. Right now I got 4 ladies from the culturatural assassin universe. I got Escalade. I got Mirage. I got Sincere right there. I got Artillery. You know what I'm saying? So I put 4 awesome ladies on this character, but you can get any character, ladies. Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, Storm, Vixen, Hawkgirl, Black Widow, Escalade, which I've already shown y'all, Mirage, Kanji, Snipes, Enigma, She-Hulk, you name it, a bunch of character designs are on there. I got about 8 designs right there right now, man. You know what I mean? So, yo, visit sanusivision.com, ladies, and get your Battles wet sneakers. I got 2 more to show y'all. I ain't done yet. You got Iron Man and Blade. And if you ain't an Iron Man or Blade fan, you just a hater. Look at this. Now, what's cool about this sneaker led to a design that I did for another customer. And look, while I'm at it, I might let y'all take a peek at my website real quick so y'all can see what characters that I've drawn from the culturatural assassin, from the sneaker universe that I got. Let me put it on the Batas 3 sneakers. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. I'm gonna just pan through. Once I show you all the sneakers, then I'm gonna show you more designs that I got. You're gonna be like, what the hell, he got that too? Yeah, I do. I got a bunch of designs, y'all. I love what I do, and I do what I love. You know what I'm saying? I love art. I love cartoons. I ain't gotta beg nobody to let me do my thing with this sneaker stuff. So look, check this out. Batas 3. These are the Blade versus Wolverine versus Iron Man low tops. This is the Platinum Edition. You are not getting this shoe off my hand unless you got $500. I'm not about to sell my creations for cheap so that you can go sell it for like God knows how much. If you want this sneaker, it's $500. I'm gonna put it. It's on my website right now. It's available. You can get it. Comes in this color and other colors, but you can get a platinum version of this sneaker. It's a collector's edition. If you're not a collector, maybe you don't need to be buying it. But if you're a collector of sneakers, you probably want to go cop this. You know what I'm saying? I don't stuff. My sneakers are all going for $250. The people that I deal with actually want to buy something that's gonna last a long time. Only the penny pinchers don't like my sneaker, and I don't give a damn what they think. You know what I'm saying? I'm at that point in my life where your opinion don't count for nothing. Either you're a fan or you not. That's it. So if you love our animation, if you love sneakers, go get you this right here. Blade versus Iron Man. You can see the detail on the Blade sneaker. Look at this thing. Let me bring it in close so you can see it. Look at this thing, man. This is sick, man. Then I made a high top of this for a customer. So I made the high tops for this. Look at this. Iron Man right here on this foot right here. The left foot. You can see the detail, man. So, yo, visit soundfisher.com and get your order on. You know what I'm saying? Get your order on. And then look, last but not least, these are mine right here. The Batas Sport 2s Carjacks vs. Assassins. Now on one foot, I got the classic version 1. On the other foot, I got the classic version 5. Check this out, y'all. The detail. And pretty soon, version 6 of my characters is going to go on a sneaker. Oh, and that's going to be fire. Look at this thing, man. Detail. I run in these, y'all. Can you imagine running down the street and people looking at your feet? They're like, what the hell? And people love, people, one thing about Americans, because they're assholes, they will never tell you that something you're wearing is cool. They just want to stare at it. And they love hating for no damn reason. If there's one thing I learned from my trip to Africa, America's got a bunch of toxic assholes living in it. And I remember when I touched down in Atlanta, because it was my connecting flight, I said, oh great, the land of assholes. I literally wanted to get back on the plane and get back to Africa. I was like, get me the F out of here. I can't stand Americans. They're assholes. They love hating and they don't like seeing you succeed. When I was in Africa, people love this gear on me. People were like, wow, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And that usually happens when you're around people that are good-natured human beings, that have human in them, that have humanity in them. Americans are just assholes. Assholes. Jealous little bitches. That's what I call Americans. You know what I'm saying? That's my new acronym for them. Jealous little bitches. They act like some dickheads. Just always jealous for no damn reason. That's why they walk around being toxic all the time. When you see something like this, be grateful somebody created it and you get to be a part of that creation instead of choking on that haterade. So yo, Batas Sport 2s now available on soundvision.com. And if you want a pair of these, visit soundvision.com. You can get it in a character. Whether it's Carjack Assassins, whether it's Escalade, Cajun, so if you just want just my characters, Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Sincere, Shepherd, Diesel, Sphinx, or if you want my villains, Sun Tzu, Artillery, Snipes, Revo, Kanji, Yukon, Excursion, Seth, you know what I'm saying? And then of course it's version 1 on this side, version 5 on this side. So see how sick this sneaker looks? That's what your boy doing, man. I'm proud of my creations. Then of course, now I'm gonna flip the camera so y'all can see all my cool creations. Look, watch this, y'all. You about to see some stuff on my website. Check this out. Look at this. I'm gonna pan through so y'all can see my website. Look at all these cool sneakers. I'm not even gonna bother stopping through. These are all the cool sneaker designs that you're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? These are all the Patas 3 line of sneakers. You wanna visit my website and get your order on. Look at these, man. These are sick. Nobody's gonna see this on your feet and not hate. Well, unless they're Americans, because Americans are assholes. That's a fact. Nobody can deny that shit. That's a walk around being miserable as hell. I mean, we got an asshole for a president, and then the rest of the Americans are just assholes too. Look at this. Look at the Captain America ones. Look at the Blade ones. Look at the Iron Man ones. Look at these right here. The Cardiac Assassins low tops, the Cardiac Assassins Sport 2s, the Cardiac Assassins high tops, then the classic Cardiac Assassins right there. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what else I got in here, man. Look at this. I'm gonna show you one more set of Patas 3s. These are the sneakers that I'm creating, y'all. Look at that. Basketball sneakers, Black Panther high tops, Batman high tops, Bolt high tops, Cardiac Assassin Sport 2s high tops. You know what I'm saying? Silver Spider, Black Panther low tops, Cardiac Assassins low tops, Sun Tzu high tops. Man, look at that Sun Tzu low tops. Blade versus Iron Man. You see that? Black Panther versus Batman Platinums. Yeah, that's right. Pokemon. I got Pokemon, y'all. That's right. I did a Pokemon. That's right. Then you got the Blade versus Iron Man Platinum high tops. You got Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? So a bunch of sneakers, man. That's what your boy doing. That is what your boy is doing. I do not care where people stay or go. I'm done with that nonsense. I want to thank everybody that joins the chat, man. I really appreciate all of y'all. So, yo, that's what's up, man. So, look, that's all the sneakers, all the gear we got, man. You know what I'm saying? Until next week. So, look, thank all of y'all for joining me. Today was an amazing episode. It was my first podcast back in a long while, y'all. So, y'all, thank all of y'all for joining me. So, look, before we get up out of here, we gotta thank our sponsors. This Sounds Vision podcast is brought to you by Homeland Fashions. Homeland Fashions, home of authentic African fashion and accessories from the motherland. We plan on having the president and CEO of Homeland Fashions, Tracy Agboke, joining us to explain exactly what she's doing with this awesome, amazing apparel line she's doing. And anything African usually gets me excited. So, yo, I cannot wait to bring her onto the show and let her break down some of the cool gear she's making. And I do mean she's making some cool gear. Look, some of the stuff that you're going to see, the African attire. This is what I'm talking about right here. African attire. The fabric, the beauty of it, the beauty of Afrocentrism. I love it, man. I love it, love it, love it. Look, let me see if I can. These are pants. No, actually, this is the shirt. Some of the Homeland Fashion gear, right? This is the these are the pants right here. You know what I'm saying? Pants right here. Then of course I got the second set of clothing. This is what we're doing over here, man. African style, baby. Look at this. Look at this, man. I might have to wear these out tomorrow. Shoot. Man, this is what your boy doing, man. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's what we're doing over here, man. That's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And also, this podcast is also brought to you by Tigler. If you need executive services from plumbers to pediatricians and everything between, that's Tigler. Search, don't wait, that's Tigler.com, y'all. Pediatricians, carpenters, landscapers, nurses, caregivers, you name it, you gotta go Tigler.com. Tigler.com, find the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel for the ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel for the ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. All right, y'all. That's all the sponsors right there, man. It's been a good minute. I feel kind of rusty, but I feel great too. So thank all of y'all for joining me, man, for today's episode. Thank you for listening. You know what I'm saying? This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Agboke Jr. Today we got to focus on Dragon Ball Z, one of the greatest cartoons ever made. The greatest series of anything ever made. You know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z, man. That's where it's at. From Goku to Vegeta to Gohan to Krillen to Piccolo to Trunks to Bulma. You name it, all them amazing characters, man. You know what I mean? So, yo, thank y'all for joining me, man. I really appreciate y'all. And look, please check out our website at soundvision.com for all the cool stuff. Like some of the stuff I was showing y'all. Y'all see the cool stuff that I got? Man, what y'all know about that? Y'all know about y'all know what's up. Y'all know we got cool gear on soundvision.com. Make sure you get your soundvision.com on, man. Soundvision.com. Join the chat. In fact, let me copy the link into the stream Look. Let me copy it into my chat. I forgot to do that. Never give up on your dreams. And I also don't want to forget my boy's album, Kimba, Class Crown. I'm gonna plug that in there too. Cause it's a lot of one thing I love doing is supporting people, man. I don't want to forget. Let me see. I'm gonna plug that in there too. Actually, let me see if I can't play his album for y'all. I forgot it goes by names.
This one's going out to all our rich young rulers.
Let me see if I can join it to my subwoofer so we can bang this thing out for real.
I'm focused on the future, mining gems from the past and the present, feeling super. Life but I'm covered like scuba, got me tripping around the world on route like Uber.
So it's one of the best albums out there right now. Class Crown, available on iTunes. Excuse me, on Apple, please. Y'all see that? This is my favorite song of the album, Ride Out. So you got tracks like Rich Young Ruler, Headlights, Octane, Ride Out, C Motion, Success Story. Just a man telling the story of how he wants to get where he wants to go, man. And we've had Kimba on the show several times, and me and him have a podcast that we're doing right now. But y'all gotta go hear this album, man. It's fire, man. I love this album. I can work out to it. You know what I mean? So yo, that's it where we are right there, man. I'm playing that in the background. Let y'all bump that, man. So y'all, thank y'all for joining me, man. Like I said, please visit our website at soundvision.com for all the cool gear we got. Phone cases, bucket hats, you know what I'm saying? Water bottles. What can I tell y'all? We doing big things, y'all. So please visit soundvision.com and get your order on. You know what I'm saying? We selling sneakers. Are you kidding me? All kinds of cool gear, man. You know what I'm saying? So please subscribe to our channel at our YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? It's grown exponentially since time I started. As of today, I believe I have 1,119 subscribers. That's a lot of people. Even when I went on vacation for like 3 weeks, didn't stream not one time, people were still following me. You know how great of a feeling that is? It is the greatest feeling to know that you have created a platform. Man, that's crazy.
The road less traveled is full of grit and gravel, but the gifts I was given make me ample enough to handle the rough terrain. I was born for this cause, to overcome obstacles and let the journey ride, to find out.
So y'all, apparently my thing stopped recording. Okay, so that is weird. That is weird, but that's okay. That is okay. So look, y'all, let's pick up where we left off. So y'all, let's finish off the story. Like I said, man, I want to thank all of y'all for listening, man. Today we got to talk about Dragon Ball Z, the amazing episode, the Dragon Ball universe, but also too get to talk about the podcast and me returning, man. So this is a great return for me. I feel great, feel energetic, man. So please, this Sound Vision podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Goku Jr. Please check out my website, soundvision.com, for all the cool gear that I got. You see me wearing Sound Vision all day long. You see the podcast t-shirt, get you one of these right on soundvision.com, man. And please check out our YouTube channel at Sound Vision. You know what I'm saying? The podcast, I had to shift over. I remember when I used to have it on Spotify, where the hell I had it. I got the hell off that platform real fast and in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to have to leave that alone. Sometimes you got to leave something alone.
This is my round.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my boy playing his music right there in the background, man. You know what I mean? So, yo, make sure y'all check out the Class Crown on Apple, man. Available now. You know what I'm saying? And this podcast also produced, is, you know what I'm saying? My social media platforms, I can't stress that enough. it's the most important thing you can be using to help yourself nowadays. All you people that like complaining about what you don't have, what you do have, what you want to have, well, guess what? It's your chance to do something for yourself. Have a social media platform: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram. All of them are important. You gotta figure out which one is best for you. I know for me, the best two are YouTube and TikTok. I don't give a damn about X or Instagram, and I use Facebook as a primary, mostly because of the reels. That's why I use that social media. But we've grown exponentially. Right now, it's on TikTok. We're closing in on 8,000 followers. YouTube, as I told y'all, I'm at closing on almost 1,200 followers. So I'm proud of myself, man. You know what I'm saying? 1,200 subscribers. So please check out, and please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And there's 2 things I always tell to y'all, so you don't ever forget. 1, there's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just in front of the line. Be determined, not desperate. Then the second one, your dreams can be delayed but must never be extinguished. So wait your time while the universe delivers the right hand. Be determined, not desperate. Believe in yourself, man. Because I know you can do it. So you should believe in yourself too. And please, like I said before, don't forget to review us, rate us, leave a nice comment. Follow us, subscribe to us at our YouTube channel, Sound man. We growing this thing. We growing, man. We growing big time. So please, continue to aspire and achieve. Believe in yourself. Have a good week. Trust in yourself, man. And don't let nobody deny you your dream, all right? So stay safe, man. And look, before I forget, I knew I was going to forget this if I didn't show y'all. Make sure you go get your copy of this Culture of Assassins Bible book, now available on soundvision.com. Because this book is going to get you ready for the first official Culture of Assassins comic book that's coming out. And it is coming out this year. Very soon, y'all. Be on the lookout. When I get off this podcast, I'm going to go work on it some more. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, Soundvision Culture of Assassins comic book is coming out this year, y'all. Get you this Bible book. It's going to get you ready for the first official Culture of Assassins comic book. Don't be a hater. Be a congratulator. This book is going to be a game changer, man. It's going to change my life. I know it already. You know what I mean? So, yo, that's what's up right there. And please, like I said, don't forget to review us. Rate us. Give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Be a creator. Be a control of your own vision and your own execution. Execute your dreams, y'all. Continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.